What is going on, YouTube? It's been a while since we've done a live stream. Welcome to NHL Free Agency. It is July 1st. The market is set to open in about 30 minutes from now. However, we do know about a couple of deals that are already set in place to go through. I know me and Will were just talking before the live stream started, and we're a little unhappy with Chris Drury right now, but this is going to be a pretty laid back stream. We'll be scrolling through Twitter, seeing who gets signed where, see if the Rangers are somehow able to make a big splash despite like all of their targets already being off the board. But while we're talking about going over things, obviously we're Rangers fans. This is a Rangers channel, but there's a couple big moves around the league that I'm sure we'll talk about as well while we wait for some moves to go through. So to everyone watching at home or at work, whatever you guys are doing right now, if you see a deal go down that me and Will haven't spotted yet, be sure to throw it in the chat and we'll see it there and be able to talk about it. But we'll get right into this. Just to everyone watching, if you enjoy, make sure you like, subscribe, ring that bell so you don't miss notification, and be sure to follow us on all of our social media platforms at Fireside Rangers. But so far, we have one Rangers move to discuss. I'm a little unhappy about it, but Sam Carrick is going to be signed by the Rangers on a 3-year deal worth $1 million AAV. To me, this guy's like a fourth-line center. I don't know what Drury's doing. You would think he might have learned his lesson based off of like Nick Bonino, Tyler Pitlick. It's just another one of those deals. Like, why do we need this guy for 3 years? He's not good. He's not a good player at all. And my prediction, by the time we reach the halfway point of the season, this guy's either going to be in Hartford or somewhere else. So I don't know. That's just my initial reaction to that signing, but I know you probably feel the same way, Will.
To me, it's like, I know that he's a depth guy. I think he's a depth center. And right wing, I think he can play both positions, but at the same time, it's like you signed a guy like Johnny Brodzinski who does the same thing as him. You sign him to a 2-year deal in the regular season. So I don't really understand this, but I guess it's a depth move. They want to get this guy in the fourth line, but to me, it kind of seems like if he isn't doing what he's supposed to be doing as a depth piece, then he'll be buried down in Hartford like Pitlick and Bonino, except Bonino obviously got his contract exterminated, but it seems like that's going to happen with Carrick from people's opinion that I've seen on Twitter throughout today.
Yeah, I don't understand the move. I get it, depth piece, but the guy's 32 years old. We don't need him for 3 years, especially when we have Brodzinski and a couple other pieces. I don't know. Hopefully, I'm wrong. This is one of those opinions where I'm like, please let me be wrong. Maybe this guy comes in and he's just like a really solid fourth line player, but honestly, I doubt it. And I don't know what the rest of the day is going to have in store. I know the Rangers were interested in Gensel. He signed a 7-year deal with the Tampa Bay Lightning. So again, like, it's funny to see Carolina flop that hard. All those pieces they gave away for Gensel just for like 20 games and a second round elimination via us. So, shout out Carolina for that fumble, but Gensel's still in the conference. So we're still going to probably have to face him in the playoffs at some point for the next 7 years. So that's really frustrating. Obviously, Stamkos on his way out of Tampa Bay.
Mm-hmm.
I know Jersey was big on him, but now I think Nashville is the front runner to pick up Stamkos.
Well, a minute ago, Pierre LeBrun said, we'll see where it ends up officially, but word is Steven Stamkos' deal with the Predators should end up around 4 years and $8 million AAV.
$8 million, wow.
So it sounds like Steven Stamkos is off the board and going to Nashville. And they're also the front runners to sign Jonathan Marchessault, who is my number one target in my head. And they are also trying to sign Brady Shea. So Nashville, after having a year where they started off slow and then picked it back up and made the playoffs, it looks like they're really going all in right now. So
It's really interesting to see.
and Steven Stamkos now to go along with Philip Forsberg, Roman Josi. They just signed Saros, and they could be trading Yaroslav Askarov. I think the people said during the draft there were rumors that the price was really high for him, and teams were kind of turned off by it. But they could get a haul back for him too, and be loaded up for this season. So the Predators are making a push, but I don't know what's going to happen with the Rangers. But Steven Stamkos is now off the board. I know some Ranger fans wanted him, but 4 years, $8 million is a lot for Stamkos, and he's 34. And I know he can give you 30 goals, and he gave them 40 goals a year. But I don't know if he's going to be able to do that again this year. Probably put up 30 goals in my opinion, but.
Well, that's see, the Stamkos thing is crazy to me because I know originally Tampa Bay offered him $3 million AAV, which was like completely disrespectful to Stamkos. But then I saw reports that his camp was asking for like $4 to $5 million, depending on the term. And then
I think I saw that he wanted term more than money, I think.
But he got his money anyway. That's
he got his money. I mean, I don't know if it's like, I know it's not official yet, but LeBron obviously just said $8 million, and that's a lot. But Stamkos is a proven leader. He's one of the best goal scorers of this generation. So, you know what? They just added another 30-plus goal scorer to go along with Forsberg, who had 40 this year. So, I mean, that's pretty good for them.
Yeah, Nashville might be really good this year.
They're gonna make some noise in the Central Division.
I've got nothing against the Predators, so
me neither.
Good, unless we meet them in a cup final one day. But we got some comments here. We got Kaylee here in the chat. Us not being able to get rid of Trouba yesterday screwed our cap today. I agree. I don't know what's going on there. I know when we woke up this morning, the Rangers did confirm basically that Trouba will not be returning next season. They're going to keep trying to trade him. Worst case, they buy him out or they waive him. But it is, I forget who reported that, but it is like confirmed Jacob Trouba will no longer be a New York Ranger.
Larry Brooks said that they're going to try everything that that he won't be on the team. I mean, he basically confirmed that. So they're going to be trying anything they can. And
then here's a full quote from Phil Kosher, I think is how you say his name. If Trouba does not approve a trade to Detroit that is believed in place, he will ultimately be sent somewhere else, perhaps by waivers. The decision has been made. So I would have liked to see the $8 million cleared up by today. Maybe we could have landed a bigger fish, but shout out Trouba. We got KF here in the chat. Rangers are screwed unless they pull off a massive trade. Honestly, maybe that is the route that Drury's trying to go for. We're seeing all these signings be made, and the Rangers are a part of absolutely none of them. Maybe Drury's not going to sign a free agent. Maybe his plan is to make a massive blockbuster deal that includes Trouba and Kakko, and then they're going to get their pieces in return. So obviously, I will say, at least as of right now, I'm a little upset with Drury just because it's today and the Rangers have done absolutely nothing besides sign a fourth line guy. But I'm not going to be calling for his head or anything yet until I see what his entire mastermind plan is, because I'm sure he's got something cooked up.
Tyler Toffoli is signing with the Sharks.
And there's another player that we like off the boards.
And the Predators also remain in on UFA Chandler Stevenson. That's another guy that I'd like for them to sign. I think he'd be a good depth piece, and he can move up and down the lineup as well.
All your guys. Huh? The Predators just keep taking everyone that we're interested in.
I mean, they got a lot of cap space. Barry Trotz is really trying to. Trotz was with the Predators. He coached them, right? He was their coach.
Yeah, at some point he was. I don't know if he
was. Can't remember, but I mean,
I'll double check it. You keep talking.
Trotz is really trying to get this team to win a cup, and I mean, it's not confirmed that they have offered Stevenson anything. I know that Chris Johnson 10 minutes ago said they're talking to Stevenson, but I think that's a guy who's a good depth piece. He put up 50 points this year, 51, 16 goals and 35 points in 75 games. He's a really good depth guy, and he can move up and down your lineup as well. So, okay, it was just confirmed that Trotz did coach them before Washington. That's what I thought. I couldn't remember.
At least it's still see. This is one of those things that we should know, but it says that he's still the coach of the Preds.
No, he's GM now.
Oh, sorry.
But yeah,
that's what I meant to say.
Yeah. It looks like he's really trying to make that team into a contender, and obviously last year he did pretty well with them, and Burnett, and he hired Burnett, and that turned out to be a very good hiring for them. But if they can get a guy like Stevens, how are they going to be able to sign Marchessault and Shea and Stevenson if they're all in on them? But who knows? Obviously 12 o'clock is when free agency becomes official. So maybe Chris Drury has been cooking something up, and obviously we know since Drury has taken over, he likes to keep his business to him, and doesn't really like to. He's not very open, so could be that he is working with Marchessault and other guys, and come 12 o'clock it becomes official that maybe we sign them, but who knows? Obviously there's not going to be many rumors coming out of the Rangers, so yeah, it all depends. I don't know.
We'll see. The clock is ticking. 18 minutes until things become official here. So let's see what we got here in the chat. We got Juan S. I'm also upset at Trouba and all the unrestricted free agent players went to other teams, but I also feel like he has to have something up his sleeve.
Yeah,
I agree. You put it perfectly. I have faith in Chris Drury. And honestly, the way that I look at it is,
and Marchessault is going to the Predators for 5 years, around $5.5 million.
All right, another deal that we easily probably could have done, even without a Trouba trade. We have to have that much cap space right now. Yeah, we have
11.
Yeah,
you have to sign. You obviously have Schneider. Well, they qualified Schneider and Lindgren, but you probably have to give them contracts too. So I don't know if they would have been able to do that without having Trouba off the books.
Yeah, but they could have signed Marchessault today, and then tomorrow traded Trouba, and then signed Lindgren and Schneider. I don't know.
Of course, no, I get it.
It's a little upsetting to see all these players that we haven't even touched upon Teravainen yet, or Bertuzzi, two players that we really liked. Both went to Chicago. This is really frustrating.
Yeah, Chicago's making some noise. Obviously, they signed Teravainen, and they got crap. You just said his name too, Bertuzzi, and then they signed Alec Martinez to a 1-year deal. So it looks like they're trying to build something.
Yeah. I agree. Chicago might be decent this year. Kaylee says, obviously this whole Trouba thing is affecting him personally, but Trouba screwed himself. Passing on that trade to the Red Wings, he's going to be put on waivers and no one's going to want his contract. And then there's also a part 2 to this one. How do you guys feel about the vindictive nature of the Trouba situation? If he ends up getting cut, but signs with New Jersey/Islanders. I feel like I have a unique opinion on this one that might be kind of controversial. So what I will say is, yes, Trouba did kind of screw himself here. He when the whole rumors started gaining momentum and things were happening, and he lost it and told everyone that he felt betrayed. He never saw this coming. How did you not see this coming? It's all that anybody has been talking about for weeks ever since the season ended. Don't act like this is just coming out of nowhere. But then at the same time, I think Rangers fans we need to be better about it. Just in general, about there's people threatening him and calling out his wife. That's messed up.
Yeah.
It's he's a human being,
For Trouba, I get why fans are upset that he are upset, but at the same time, like it's his contractual right that he didn't have to give the Rangers his 15-team no trade clause early. I think it's in the CBA as well. So while it sucks, it was also his right that he didn't have to do that. So you can be upset, but I wouldn't like going after him as a person. I don't know. It doesn't sit right. It doesn't sit well with me.
So it's like I do think Trouba screwed himself over, but I still agree with his decision that it's his contract, his life. He did like just because us fans are like we want a better defenseman doesn't mean he has to just pack up his family and get out of New York. like you got to have some respect just for the guy.
I know one of the reasons he came to New York was because of his wife and the medical centers here. So I mean, it's hard just to pack up your life after you just started a family because now he has a baby and his wife obviously has a good job here. So
yeah,
it's hard to pack up your life and move to Michigan and do stuff like and not even just Michigan, but to move anywhere. So I do understand, but at the same time, Trouba's a human, and it does, the human nature does come into play with this. So
yeah,
it makes sense.
Yeah, I'm glad we agree. It's like he's not going to be in New York anyway. Like we're going to buy him out or waive him or whatever. But at that point, like he didn't do anything wrong. So,
and it sounds like a 3-year deal from Rick DeWallet. Dhaliwal. Sorry if I pronounced his last name wrong. Sounds like a 3-year deal for Brendan Dillon in New Jersey.
The Devils are going to be scary this year. I think
they're going to be good. I mean, I think last year was really really a fluke. I mean, they didn't have a true number one goaltender. They were very injured. So, I mean, they went out and did their thing. They obviously traded for Markstrom. They got Pesce, and now they got Brendan Dillon. They're trying to beef up their decor, and good for them. Good for Tom Fitzgerald for going out and being aggressive.
That's crazy. Yeah, Joseph Toffoli did go to the Sharks. Everyone that we want is going elsewhere. Michael says, "Yeah, I feel so bad with the guy with tens of millions of dollars having his family. Give me a break."
Oh no, I definitely understand that too.
You're right about that. I'm mainly just saying about like the threats to his family. Like that's the uncool part. Like keep his wife out of it. Like that's just making it weirdly personal for a guy that you just watch play hockey. Like I fully agree with you. It's a business. It's like just any other job. You don't perform, you get fired. So, but yeah, that's just the clarification on that one. It's a shame because if there were no salary cap, the Rangers wouldn't have an issue with Trouba's money. The cap hurts the richer teams in the NHL. I mean, just look at the Florida Panthers. They have like, I don't know, like I'm not a financial guy, so I don't really know what's about to come out of my mouth, but something about the taxes.
They have no income tax.
Yeah, no. See, I live
no
in
state income
tax. Should probably know this. But yeah, it's how like Florida is able to hand out these like cheaper contracts because the players don't have to pay taxes on it. I don't know. Some guy's spamming. I banned him. I didn't know I could do that. But yeah, okay. 11 minutes away. Is there any other news that
I keep refreshing, but I don't. Oh, well, so it looks like Jonathan Drouin will likely hitting the open market. Boston, St. Louis, and New York Rangers are believed to be among the clubs most interested. Return to Colorado is also possible.
Okay, Drouin. Okay, I Drouin is a name that I'm quite familiar with, but I don't know how he performed last season. Was he good?
Let me check. I should know that too, but
yeah, I'm gonna pull it up really quick as well. Apologies to everyone watching. These come out of nowhere. We got to pull up all the stats.
He had 56 points last year.
Yeah, 56 points in 79 games. He was a plus 12 on the ice. 3 points in 3 playoff games. Honestly, I know he's had a pretty solid career. I just didn't know how he was still performing at this point. but he had a pretty good year last year, and I wouldn't hate it.
Good. He'd be a good depth signing.
I agree. Does he play center or wing?
I think he can play both. I think he played both for the Avalanche.
I honestly wouldn't even hate to see him on the first line with Kreider and Zibanejad. Maybe, possibly. I don't know. I don't know if he's that good. But worst case, good third line player. Cooley, Hedel, Druin. It's not a bad third line at all.
It wouldn't be a bad third line. Oh, someone said Sam Reinhart being paid similarly to Trouba is laughable. LOL. New York taxes are ridiculous. I also think the reason why Trouba got that $8 million deal is also because the cap, obviously that was before COVID, a year before COVID, so probably thought the cap was going to go up and you weren't expecting COVID to happen. So, but now it kind of screws you over because it did happen and the cap hasn't gone up that much since then. So it's, it kind of puts you in it kind of handcuffed the Rangers. But yeah, Reinhart getting paid similarly is pretty funny. Ooh. But it was a good deal for them. 8 years, $8.5 million. That's a good deal for the Panthers because people thought he would get he could get potentially $10 million on the open market.
Yeah. When I'll continue going through the comments that we have here, but just a quick update on the Tyler Toffoli situation. 4 years in San Jose, worth $6 million annually. That's quite expensive for the Sharks. Yeah. And maybe Jury was right to not pay a guy that old that much for that long. So, see, the more that gets revealed to us, the more I'm like, okay, Jury, I get what you're doing here, but we still got 8 minutes until everything does become official. James here in the chat says, I trust in the team. Maybe Laviolette can push the young players' potential. Look how great Lafreniere developed. That's true. We talk about how we need like a first line right winger. Maybe we just put Brennan Othman in there, and then Laviolette just works his magic and develops him into a top forward right away. But we'll see.
Sam Lafferty just signed a 2x2 with Buffalo from Elliott Freeman.
Yeah. There's a lot of things going on right now. Juan, so far everything has been bad news. I agree. Okay. DC Mechanical here. Trouba and Hedel to the Ducks for Zegers and Vetrano. Honestly, I do not think the Ducks would accept that trade.
I don't think they would either.
I would, though. Go hire me over an
Will, give me some Carrick stats. I mean,
let's talk about how bad this guy is again. Pull it up. And why you
should have done a lot more research, but unfortunately, I do have an internship this summer, so it's like it was a little hard. But 10 goals, 6 assists, 16 points, -11, and don't think he played very much. All right, he had 1 assist in 10 games during the playoffs. So he's a depth guy. He's a depth center, probably a fourth line guy that, you give him.
You just look at all of his advanced stats and they're terrible. Like I know Colin sent them to me earlier, and like everything was in the red, like negatives. I was like, oh, yeah, not good.
Yeah, he's probably a guy that's gonna get if he doesn't perform, will probably get buried in the minors or something like that.
Yeah, we got a question here. See, I know there's 2 players in the league. Is this one pronounced Roy or Wah? This is Roy,
I think
right?
It's Matt Roy.
I'm
and
pretty
the one on the Golden Ice is Nicholas Wah.
Yeah, so then this is pronounced Roy. I meant to look it up before, but then things started getting crazy out in the NHL world.
Yeah.
But
he's still on the table. I know the Kings aren't going to qualify him or aren't going to give him a contract. So that could be a defenseman that the Rangers could be interested in. That's someone that I've heard.
I would love to see Roy and Walker be on this team instead of Trouba and Gustafson.
I have heard people saying they do want the second name that you just mentioned.
Nathan Walker.
Yeah. Or Sean Walker.
Sean Walker. Who's Nathan Walker? I don't know.
I just blanked on that name. I'm sorry.
It's all good. I'm trying to read comments, talk, and scroll through Twitter at the same time. I know at the beginning I said this would be just a casual, laid-back live stream, talk about everything, but the news is getting too crazy 5 minutes out from when everything becomes official. Okay, let's see. Kaylee asked, is this Kako's year? I'm wearing his jersey right now, but as I told Will before we hit record, I'm only wearing it because I have a strong feeling that this will be the last live stream that I'm able to wear a Kako Rangers jersey. I don't see him remaining with the team for very long, especially if Jury's going to go down the trade route. Sorry, no updates on Twitter. I don't see Kako doing anything big for the Rangers other than giving us a better player in a package.
Yeah, it seems like he's probably not going to be back on this team, but I don't know. It sounded like they, from some rumors before the draft, it looked like they were going to try and dangle him at the draft, but it didn't. It obviously didn't happen. So I don't know what's going to happen with him. There hasn't been many rumors. Obviously, Chris Drury likes to keep his mouth shut, so there has not been a lot on Kako's front. Oh, yep. Oh well, I guess this is old news, but yeah, Stamkos 4 years, $8 million with the Preds.
Oh well. Here's another update from Molly Walker. Nothing to do about free agency, but the Rangers home opener next season will be on October 12th versus Utah. So we get to play Utah right away. That's pretty cool.
That'll be pretty fun.
Yeah, kind of like what Mikey says here. I guess Carrick is like a $1 million replacement for Gaudreau. I don't even mind it because it's like $1 million, like not that much. But for 3 years, man, like why couldn't it just be like a 1-year deal, like league minimum? Like I don't know.
Maybe, you know what? Maybe the Rangers are trying to get Nikolai Ehlers.
Maybe
that's what
happens.
Maybe now that's what they're trying to do.
See, now all my Twitter is talking to me about is the home opener. Oh, come on. Did you just see what I just saw?
Jacob Chychrun to Washington for Nick Jensen in a 2026 third.
Jacob Chychrun is a name that I would have liked to see the Rangers trade for, but now he is a divisional rival. So,
dude, the Capitals are stacking up. They got Mangiapane.
Hey, wake up. Wake up, Drury. What did he do? He just signed Carrick and went back to bed.
And they got Ryan Leonard coming up too. They're going in. They are going in.
Carolina re-signs Jordan Martinook 3 years by $3.05 million.
Not bad.
Not bad at all. Also, when we were talking about Matt Roy as well, I knew exactly who you were talking about because I would also like the Rangers to see us sign him. I just didn't know how to pronounce his name because I know there's 2 ways to do it. But you're right. Right-handed shot, bit of a cheaper Trouba replacement. I would love to see that instead of Trouba. That'd make me very, very happy. Mikey here says he wanted Zadorov, but it looks like Boston. I haven't seen anything about that. Have you, Will?
I haven't, but I did hear from somebody that the Bruins are in on Zadorov and are pushing hard for him.
All right, so we'll see what happens there. Also, Ryan Pike just confirmed the full schedule will be released tomorrow. So
I can't believe that Steven Stamkos is not going to be on the Lightning next year.
I know. I just saw you tweeted out his thank you post, but then I saw the Chychrun thing and I scrolled past it. So
that's just.
All right, we got 1 minute until things become official. Drury, let's do this thing. Wake up. He set his alarm for 11:59, and he's gonna get something going here. All right.
I can't believe that Chychrun got traded for Nick Jensen in a third.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just annoyed that the only thing the Rangers are doing right now is announcing their season opener. Like, do something else.
And Anthony Stolar just signed a 2-year contract somewhere in the mid $2 million AAV range with the Maple Leafs per Kevin Week.
Sorry.
I'm just going to announce every single trade. That's a really good deal for the Capitals on Chikrin, though. Didn't let me wait, Jacob. Didn't oh wait, I spelled his name wrong.
All right.
Okay,
it's officially noon. But yeah, Juan asked how we feel about Sam Carrick. As Colin said, upgrade over Goudreau and perform, bury him in the minors.
So
DeBrusque. I would love to see DeBrusque. That'd make me very, very happy.
So the Senators just traded Chikrin for a third in Jensen, and they acquired him for a conditional first-round pick in 2023.
Oh, wait, Will. Washington expected to sign Matt Roy 7 years by $5.5 million. So there goes another player we wanted. Drury, what are you doing?
Teravainen signed with the Blackhawks, Mikey, who he started his career there, I'm pretty sure. I think I know he won a cup with them. Well, that is. Oh man, that sucks. He did. Okay, so yeah, he was drafted by Chicago.
But then, I mean, I guess it's not official yet, but Teravainen is with Chicago reportedly.
Anthony Mantha to Calgary.
This is a good
year,
recap.
3.5.
Oh, you're actually saying stuff.
Alec Martinez, 1 year, $4 million with the Blackhawks. Brisebois also to the Blackhawks, 2 years, 3.3 million. And then this is what Frank Cervalli said 47 minutes ago about Zadorov. Sounds like the Bruins have done a significant amount of legwork on both Zadorov and Elias Lindholm as free agency opens.
Oliver Ekman-Larsson to Toronto.
Yeah. DeBrusque, that's another name that I have seen some Rangers fans talking about. I don't know what's going to happen with him. Marshall, so Nashville.
Yeah, Montour to Seattle, 7 years, 7.14.
Craig Smith, 1 year, one by one with the Blackhawks. Eric Comrie, 1 by $825,000 with the Jets. Obviously, you just said OEL to Toronto.
Yeah, I mean, this comment here from KF, Rangers possibly 4th in the division this year. At this point, I think Jersey's better, Carolina's better. I still think we finished 3rd, but because I mean, maybe Washington, but no, like we just won the President's Trophy. Like we're still decent. And yep, officially the Blackhawks and Teravainen in 3 years, $5.4 million for Frank Cervalli.
Yep, and then obviously it became official. Oh, Pat Maroon going to the Blackhawks, 1 by 1.3, and then it's become official that Brett Pesce 6 by 5.5 with the Devils.
Oh my God, I saw the Rangers tweeted something, but it was just the announcement of the home opener. This is so stupid. It's like, I want to see a post that you've signed somebody. This is actually crazy.
And then Bertuzzi 4.5.5.
But you know what? The fact that Roy is with the Capitals, it's fine as long as we get Walker. If we can get Walker, I won't care as much.
I want a puck-moving defenseman.
Yeah, I want Jake DeBrusque. He's still out there. Looking at NYR Louis here on Twitter. Fogle still out there. So we'll see. Jeffrey says, find a way to get Frankie V and DeBrusque. I think we'd have to trade for Vetrano, right? He's still tenured.
He still has 1 year left on his deal. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, he just has one year left on his deal.
Yeah, Colin, we were just talking about this earlier. Trotz is turning Nashville into a contender in like the span of an hour.
I am. Oh, one more. Cervali.
This is
Brendan
a good
Dillon, 3 years.
Bulk up. If Zach Jones can gain 50 pounds in the next 2 months, we'll be fine.
The Jets are. I mean, not the Jets. The Devils are closing in on Brendan Dillon. Sounds like 3 years, just around or / under $4 million a year.
Come on, Tyler Bertuzzi, 4 years, $5.5 million with Chicago. You're telling me we couldn't have done that? We have that money. And then we're going to trade Trouba. All right. Brett Pesce, 6 years, $5.5 million with the Devils.
Gosh, my computer sounds like a freaking jet. Do you hear that?
No, I don't hear it. So you're all good there.
It sounds like a jet. Oh, and Boston lands both Lindholm and Zadorov.
This is like a really depressing stream.
I am. Yeah.
There's just nothing happening in Rangers land.
So far, the Washington Capitals have added this offseason Matt Roy, Jacob Chikrin, Logan Thompson, Pierre-Luc Dubois, Andrew Mangiapane.
The Blackhawks just signed Pat Maroon, Craig Smith, and Laurent Brossoit, however you say it.
Brossoit, yeah.
Yeah, but Pat Maroon. Mantha signed a 1-year deal with the Flames, I think it was.
Yes, one by 1.3.
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot. I'm just looking at the chat here right now, and there's a lot of Drury L's going around. Yeah, the Metropolitan Division is getting better. We're just getting older. I'm just going to leave this comment up from Jesse while we continue to scroll through Twitter and wait for any potential updates. Like, if it hits like 12:30 and the Rangers haven't done anything, I'm just ending the stream right then and there. I'll give Drury another 23 minutes to prove himself before I just go back to bed and call it a day. Ian Cole, 1 year, $3.1 million with Utah.
They're bolstering up their defensive core. I couldn't believe they traded that the Lightning traded Sergachev, but it makes sense because they obviously really wanted to free up cap space for Gensel, and they signed Sean Durzi as well to a 4-year deal. So
Slavin officially with the Canes again, 8 years, $6.46 million.
Who's Slavin?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Dude, Alex Ovechkin might get a second cup. It's crazy to think about.
And then Yakov Trenin signed with Minnesota. He signed with the Wild.
I don't know. As Steven just added, well, first I'm gonna go with this one. Daniel Sprong leftovers, maybe. I don't know.
I am just continuously. I should have charged my computer too. Jeez.
Do we move on from Drury? I'm not gonna start calling for Drury's job until I see if he has anything else planned this offseason. We kind of said it at the beginning, but maybe Drury's big plan isn't through free agency this year. Maybe it's through trades, package and Kako and a blockbuster deal. Maybe figure something out. But if nothing happens, then maybe, because Drury has been a little disappointing the last couple of years. And yes, Jesse, you are right. These dudes aren't even getting a ton of money either. We could have made any of these deals happen as long as Jacob Trouba wasn't on the team. But that's Drury's job, not mine.
Oh, and Brady Shea is going to Nashville for 7x7.
How is Nashville affording all of this?
Wow, they are really going in.
Hockeyist Guy Live says that's a wrap. We can sign everyone. Mika and Kreider are the reason this team will never win a cup. I think the real reason, I mean, those two are definitely a big part of it, but the fact that Jacob Trouba has an $8 million stranglehold on this team, and just was like refusing to get traded anywhere, I think that might be the biggest part. Did you already say Stolarz and the Leafs 2 years, $5 million? Like, this is just ridiculous.
Man. Nashville's really is pushing hard.
Let us know if you guys want us to make Fireside Predators. We will. Scrap Fireside Utah before it even became a thing.
Sign Jeff Skinner to a short contract. 1-year deal.
Yeah, no, literally. We thought we would get our first line right wing. We have nobody. Let's put our faith in Capo Caco again. I'm sure that'll work this time around. Elias Lindholm signs a 7-year deal with the Boston Bruins, carrying an average annual value of $7.75 million.
Damn.
Seriously. Wow. Why is the East? The East is just getting so much better. And then Nashville in the West, but that's it. But just knowing our luck, the league will like rearrange the divisions and send Nashville out east. Sharon Govich to the Flames on a 5-year deal.
So they just extended him.
I thought Sharon Govich was on Carolina.
He was with the Devils, and they traded him for Toffoli. And they traded. He was part of the Toffoli trade last year, so he has got a 5-year, $5.75 million. He had a pretty good year with them, so good for him that he got an extension done with Calgary.
Ready for this stat here from Cat Friendly? 10 minutes into free agency, there have been 27 signings, 75 contract years, $74 million cap hit sum, and $293 million contract dollars. And the Rangers have contributed nothing to that stat. This is a good point from Brooklyn here. Tarasenko is still available, but I think he's going to stay in Florida. If they have to make it happen.
Yeah, I think the Panthers are going to try and keep him. Jeez, my computer is.
I can't hear anything, so you're good.
It's working right now, let me tell you.
As long as it's functioning. Where did that comment go? KF. Only thing that saves this day is if Drury pulls off a trade for Brady Tkachuk. Maybe. I mean, see, if we were going to pull off a blockbuster trade with Ottawa, I would have also maybe liked to include Chikrin in that and just get like 2 players out of it. But he's already going to our divisional rival, so that will not be happening, unfortunately. I would still like to see Brady Tkachuk be here.
Let's see what Johnny Lazarus. Oh, good for Barry Trotz having himself a day. Yeah, he really is having himself a day. He's using their money. Anthony Duclair.
This is true, Captain Pete. We did contribute 3 years, $3 million on a player that I'm very happy that we signed. All right, yeah, I'm just like not seeing anything on Twitter anymore. Just more Lindholm stuff. Senators signed David Perron to a 2-year deal worth $4 million. DeBrusk is still on the board, right?
Yes, DeBrusk is still on the board.
Brusk, Walker. Just give me those 2, Drury. Just make that happen right now. Give me those 2, and I'm fine. I'm cool with it. I won't be happy, but I won't be upset either. Is what I should say at this moment.
27 signings already. $293 million in contracts so far. Oh, Victor Arvidsson.
Edmonton.
Oh, he's going to Edmonton.
Yeah, according to Elliot Friedman, I don't see a contract or anything. Just Arvidsson to Edmonton.
Jason Zucker to the Sabres for 1 year, $5 million. Arvidsson to Edmonton. Elliot just said that. Yeah.
Alec Martinez to the Blackhawks.
This is man.
I don't know, man. Like I said, if it hits 12:30 and the Rangers have done nothing, I am ending it. The stream, I mean. But here's a quote from Phil Kosher. It's from 28 minutes ago, but I guess it's still relevant. At this stage, if Drury isn't thrilled with what's left out there, we also can't rule out the possibility of more low-cost grid/depth signings and hoarding the rest of their cap space for potential trades, whether it be this summer or at the deadline. I don't know. I want to see the Rangers get good now. I mean, it is a strategy, roll into the season with the same core, just new depth pieces, have all that cap space, and then figure out
the deadline.
You use at the deadline because then by March you know exactly what you need. But we already know what we need. So
it's hard when you're kind of strapped for cash, and I think.
But we're not. We have like $12 million, and we're gonna get rid of Trouba. It's just a matter of when.
Yeah, it's really just a matter of when that's going to happen. And oh wow. Okay, so the caps are about 11.23 million over the cap, so Oshie's probably not going to go back to them. From Ted Starkey, he just said that.
This is kind of funny. If Hedl somehow plays a fair amount of the season, it's kind of like a free agency pickup.
Let's see. I wonder if Arvidsson. Arvidsson is 2 by 4. To Edmonton. So 2 by 4 million. I thought maybe Chris Drury could have done that, but
and Meyer Hockey said he's less than an hour away from throwing Drury's ass on a milk carton.
6 years by 5 for Zadorov in Boston.
Oshie may retire. Well, it's looking like Sam Carrick is going to be the only thing that we do today. I don't know. All the big names are off the board already. Honestly, the only way the Rangers are going to get better this offseason now is make a massive trade, unleash Trouba's $8 million to everyone that is watching. I just want to let you know, if there was a player this free agency period that you really wanted to see us sign and we didn't and they went somewhere else, you can thank Jacob Trouba and his no trade clause that he is refusing to waive to just make this so much easier for us. I'm getting really frustrated by it. Kaylee, no. We will not re-sign Wenberg, or I will be very, very upset. No, literally KF. It's free agency day, and the only update we get is that we open up against Utah. Literally, we got Utah on the 12th of October, and we got Sam Carrick, and that's all you're going to hear today from the Rangers. Typical Rangers.
Arthur Kaliev. Someone
What?
just mentioned his name.
What about him? What? I don't even know. I don't even know what team he was on.
No, he's on the Kings. He is yeah, I guess you could potentially trade for him, but yeah, Arvidsson. Wing options off the board: Stamkos, Kane, Gensel, Arvidsson, Toffoli, Marchessault, Bertuzzi, Teravainen, among others. Oh,
We'll see. We'll see. Mikey says Wenberg rumored to Colorado. I haven't seen that, but I'll take your word on it for now.
yes, I haven't seen that either.
Fine by me. Tarasenko rumbles. What do you mean? Is there like rumors rumbling around? Because I haven't seen anything. I haven't seen Tarasenko's name once today. I don't know what's going on with him. Yo, Tyler Mott is still available. I don't know. Oh, hey Eric, welcome back. I haven't seen you in a while. When you guys get to 2,000 subscribers, you should celebrate by having a show next to a fire. Trust me. Anthony and myself had a very long conversation yesterday talking about what we're going to do for the 2,000 subscriber special. And let me tell you, you're not going to want to miss it. There's going to be a lot of planning that has to go into it. So it might not come out right when we hit 2,000 subs because we're already only 15 subs away. But within a reasonable amount of within a couple weeks, this spectacular special will come out. So don't worry about that. If you guys are watching and you want to see that, please hit the subscribe button. Logan asked, where did Marchessault go? He went to, where did he go?
Nashville.
Nashville. That's what I thought. If you have a question and it's just where did who enter name go, the answer is either going to be Nashville, Washington, or that's it. Or Chicago. They're the ones making the biggest splashes right now. And yes, thank you for answering Mikey's question here. Gordon did hand Jacob Trouba that terrible contract. The same contract that's screwing us over to this day.
Yeah.
Twitter's died down. I don't know if there's I don't know if we're gonna see anything anytime soon. But we'll keep it going for another 7 minutes. I promise we'd stay on live till 12:30. And then unless something happens regarding the Rangers, the rest of our updates will just come tomorrow. Let's see. Roger. Roger, I gotta address Roderick. He's our longest tenured fan.
I know Roderick. I like him.
He's on lunch. Did you miss anything Rangers related? Nope. We signed Sam Carrick to a 3-year deal worth $1 million AAV, and then Drury tucked himself back in the bed, and that's it. But you're right. Wait, Will, were you about to say something, or should I keep going to the
Jeff Skinner is a guy that maybe the Rangers should get for low AAV and low term. Another guy is Anthony Duclair. I know that Skinner just got bought out from Buffalo, and he wasn't, didn't really live up to his contract. But if you can give him low term and low AAV, I think it'd be somewhat of a good deal for the Rangers, and what he brings scoring wise. But Duclair obviously had a very good second half of the season after being traded to Tampa, so that could be another name, low guy, probably low term, low AAV guy that they could bring in. And obviously he was drafted by the Rangers and played some of his an early part of his career here. Oh, Brandon Duhaime, 2 by 1.85 to Washington, and the Blue Jackets have agreed to terms with Sean Monahan, 5 by 5.5 million AAV.
Yeah. I didn't want to cut you off to say that, but I saw those, and then also I saw Matt Murray is staying in Toronto, so they've got a solid goalie there as well. Yeah, dude, the Rangers just aren't doing anything. Oh yeah, also Roger KF. We do open up against Utah on October 12th. That's the home opener, though. Full schedule will be released tomorrow, so the season opener might be on the road elsewhere, but we'll see. Captain Pete, in Othman we trust. Honestly, unless Drury can pull off a blockbuster trade, that might be the path that we're heading down. But we'll see. Roderick, he's still been watching, just hasn't been able to leave comments. It's okay, Roderick. I always knew in my heart you were there. We also have, this is the first live stream we've done since game 5 of the Eastern Conference Finals. It's been like a solid month since we've been live with you guys, but it's good to be back. There's some sort of hope the 15-team list is now in Drury's hands. Maybe he'll turn that $8 million into something via trade. That's what we're going to hope for. That's pretty much all we can hope for. Jeffrey asks, what prospects would you trade for who? I am in agreement with what the Rangers have said. Any prospect not named Gabriel Perreault could be traded. As much as I love Othman, the right deal comes across, I'd be okay. But we'll see. Mikey says Laine will be available. If his head is okay, he might be a steal. I don't really trust Patrick Laine. After Kakko, I don't really trust Finnish players anymore. I'm gonna be real with y'all for a minute there. I really hope that this is sarcasm. Well, look at the comment I just pulled up.
Yeah, I think that's sarcasm.
If the Rangers would have actually announced that right now, I would have believed it. You guys you're testing me here. Michael, I agree. This is really annoying. We've sat here for an hour just refreshing Twitter, and Drury's done absolutely nothing. Yes, thank you. I'm actually very happy it's sarcasm. I don't know. Well, it's almost 12:30, so it might be time to end this thing.
We're gonna get off, and the Rangers are something's gonna be announced for the Rangers.
If we end this live stream and the Rangers do end up making a move at some point today, it will be posted on our social media accounts with like our reaction and opinion to it. So not even to just be like a promotional plug for it. Like if you don't want to wait till tomorrow when the free agency like pre-recorded video comes out that we're going to record tomorrow, check out the social media accounts and you'll see how we feel there. And then, but if you don't have Instagram or Twitter or anything, just
and DeBrusk just signed with Vancouver.
Well, that about wraps up today's live stream of Fireside Rangers. If you guys did enjoy, please make sure that you like, subscribe, and ring that bell to miss notification. As we talked about earlier, the 2,000 subscriber special is in preparation and will be here soon, but we got to get to 2,000 first. So it'd mean a lot if you guys subscribed. Lastly, be sure to follow us on all of our social media platforms at Fireside Rangers. Just to quickly recap the last couple things so I don't leave anyone ignored. At least Patty Kane rumors are gone. Yeah, it's fine by me. Watch Marner for Trouba. I'd hate that, Kaylee. Kakko, the worst Finn ever. You might be right about that. Did Reinhart re-sign with Florida? Yes, he did. And you're welcome. So have a good one. And let's go Rangers.
Let's go Rangers.